Welcome back, my friends. This is part 2 of legs and biceps. Now, if you missed my short yesterday, I'm going to do a quick recap and let you know exactly what you need to do before we get to the intense biceps portion. So from yesterday's short, you start out on the top portion of the slant board with the goblet squat. You perform 5 reps, keeping the chest nice and high, core nice and tight. You then move halfway down the slant board and perform another 5 reps. Being on the slant board shortens the Achilles, allowing for a little bit more depth and puts more emphasis on the quads. So as we finish our final 5 reps on the floor, you'll notice that it's a little bit more difficult to get all the way down because your Achilles is in a fully stretched position. Take 4 complete sets with 2 minutes rest in between, and this is done to pre-exhaust both the arms and the legs. We then move into the meat of our workout. This is where the majority of the biceps work is done. You'll start again on the top portion of the slant board, keeping in mind that this is the most difficult position. The goal here is 5 to 6 reps. Make sure that the chest is high. You'll notice that there is less hinge at the hips in this high slant board position, making it much more challenging on the biceps. So the big challenge here is in the biceps and the shoulders to hold position. You'll then rest 2 minutes and move halfway down the slant board. This is a little bit easier than the high position, but it is extremely difficult as well. Again, you'll notice that there is slightly less hinge at the waist. There is weight forward because we are on the slant board. The majority of the tension, again, is on the biceps and the shoulders, and that's where you will have your greatest fight to hold position. So try to perform 5 reps in that spot, and then we'll take another 2 minutes rest. You'll see I'm extremely exhausted. Arms are burnt. Now we get to what I consider the easiest, but again, we are fatigued, position. So you'll notice that there's a slightly more hinged position forward since I'm not high up on the board. Try to perform another 5 reps in this position. And again, we're taking 2 minutes rest in between each position. Now, if you have really strong legs, it's not going to be that bad on legs. It will be much more challenging on the upper body. So if you've seen any of the videos that I've done with this exercise, understand that it is biceps intensive. We'll then take another round just on the floor. So we get rid of the slant board. Make sure you're in a solid position. Again, biceps at this point are going to be extremely fatigued. So we'll try another 5 reps, and we're trying to use a weight that is as heavy as possible to maintain proper form, which is 90 degrees at the elbows and full depth. Make sure you stay hydrated. I've got BCAA Glutamine from Transparent Labs in 24 ounces of water because this is where the fun begins. You'll rest 1 minute. Grab dumbbells, 10 alternating biceps curls, keeping in mind your biceps are going to be on fire and fatigued. So do your best to maintain form. You want your legs planted into the ground. You want your abdominals tight. You want your arms glued to your lats. Keep your form. Look for peak at the top of the exercise and contract hard, because right after this, you've got a 30-second rest before you move into a set of 10 alternating hammer curls with the same weight. Now, I'm using 35 pounds. A lot of you ask if it's kilograms or pounds. Most, if not all, of my weights are in pounds. Now, the hammer curl is slightly easier than the standard biceps curl. We do get involvement from the forearm. You have the brachialis and the brachioradialis, and that helps with contraction. So pay attention to really trying to squeeze at the biceps, thinking about making your arms nice and full. Get your bearings because the fun is not over. We are going back to the sklar squat. Remember, you've got elbows at 90 degrees, ridiculous tension on the biceps and shoulders, and then a lot of drive from the legs. The goal here is, again, to get 5 repetitions with as much weight as possible. This is 100 pounds, not 100 kilograms. There is no rest this time, so you will grab your dumbbells, hopefully the same dumbbells, and perform another 10 alternating biceps curls. Remember, paying close attention to detail and form. This is where you do not want to hurt yourself. So really be aware of the muscular contraction. I want you to really feel the peaking at the top. Again, you may need to use a little momentum. Use as little as possible. Control the weights all the way through the concentric and eccentric parts of the motion. I had to put the weights down for a second to regroup and get my bearings. You want to go immediately into that set of hammer curls. So put them down if you need to. If you can hold on to them, go right to it. Again, remember, the hammer curl works a little bit more of the forearm with the biceps at the same time. So don't let anybody tell you that hammer curls do not work biceps, because they do. You really have to pay attention to the contraction to make the most out of the exercise. You'll take a look at the forearm around the elbow and you'll see all those muscles contracting nice and hard. We're going to rest about 2 minutes again, and this is where you want to take advantage of your hydration. Get it in while you can. Make sure you're hydrated. Without taking a set of the Sklar goblet squat, you'll go right into those double biceps curls. You want to get 5 double biceps curls. Keep your abs engaged. Keep the legs grounded. Lock the arms to the body and fight through every rep that you can. Very, very short rest to let the arms relax. Scratch your back, whatever you need to do. Grab the weights again. And now we go into 5 double hammer curls. So you'll rest as little as possible to get these reps accomplished. Chest nice and high, get a good grip, and then squeeze like you've never squeezed before. This is where fatigue is at its highest. This is where I like to, in my mind, think about outworking everyone else. Thinking about everyone else taking a break, and I'm continuing. Rest another 2 minutes before starting another set of double biceps curls. Again, you want your form at this point to be almost exactly the same as it was at the beginning. So pay attention to it. Don't flail around. Don't use a lot of momentum. Control the weight and control the contraction, because that is where gains are made. You're going to go immediately into those double hammer curls. Again, fatigue is high. Pay attention to detail. Pay attention to how your body's feeling. You want to make that mind-body connection at all times. Don't let your mind wander, even though it might want to. And remember, discomfort is temporary. It goes away when you stop. And there you have it, legs and biceps. Get ready for those biceps to be nice and sore. If you enjoyed this workout as much as I did, of course, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see y'all the next time.